Hello, and thank you for coming to the McWaters Effect. I'm your host, Matt. Today we're going to be talking about Texas, and is it legal for them to secede from the Union? Before we get on to that, I'd like y'all to hit like and subscribe. Helps the channel grow. Now let's get on with the show. Now, first thing I want to talk about is the history of Texas, which is different from most other states. They declared independence from Mexico, got their independence, and was their own independent republic for 9 years. And then they joined the United States in 1845. Now that makes Texas different than any other state. They were their own country. And part of the agreement when they joined the United States is if they wished to leave, they could without conflict. Now that agreement changed after the Civil War. When the North won the Civil War and all the states came back, Texas came back in 1870. And there was a Supreme Court ruling declaring that secession was illegal. And all the states had to agree to that. So the answer to the question is, can Texas legally secede from the United States? The answer is no. In 2006, Anthony Scalia was asked a question about succession. And his answer is clear. If there's any constitutional issue resolved, the Civil War, it is that there is no right to succession. Hence, the Pledge of Allegiance. One nation, indivisible. It's not that I disagree with Scalia. I actually agree with him. But is it morally right to not allow states to succeed? I'll say no. If they feel like the federal government is tyrannical in their viewpoint and keeping them from actually succeeding as a people in that state, don't that state have a right to do what's best for the people in that state? Now, there's a bill in Texas right now in the legislature to do just that, to secede from the United States. The bill was put in by Rep. Kyle Berman. Now, I'll give you my honest opinion. This bill, I don't think has a chance of passing. Not yet, at least. I'll explain why I think it doesn't have a chance. I don't see how Texas is getting hurt yet. You see a lot of this talk going on at the in D.C. about getting rid of the filibuster. And if they get rid of the filibuster, the fact is you're going to see Democrats push anti-gun laws. Might just take away guns altogether. Might. I don't know. Definitely take away AR-15s or guns similar to that. Also, the Voting Rights Act that they want to pass through, that's pretty much overriding all voting laws in all states and having the federal government in charge of elections. And then you have a couple other things I think that they might try to do, such as get rid of the Electoral College and probably, if I had to guess, probably stack the Supreme Court. If these things happen, I don't think Texas would have a choice but do this. And several other states would probably do the same thing. The fact is, every 4 years, if we have a new president, every 4 to 8 years, their states talk about secession. When Trump was in office, a state that was talking about secession all the time was California. You still got Northern California talking about right now because they feel like they're being led aside by liberal ideas, and the northern part of California aren't liberals. They're conservative. It's like the east part of Oregon and east part of Washington State. They're not liberals. They're conservatives. Those states are talking about leaving Oregon and Washington, parts of it, and joining with Idaho as one state. My point is you hear talk like this all the time about succession. The fact is nothing's happened yet. But we're at a perfect storm here where it could happen if Joe Biden's administration and the Democrat Party don't recognize it. Texas is already pissed off with what's going on at the border. The fact is there's a border wall from California all the way down to El Paso. Did nothing on the whole stretch of Texas. So you know what Texas are thinking? DC don't give a shit about them. And they're not 100% wrong about it. Now some of you guys are probably listening to this. Why do you care? Well, I'm a native Texan. So whenever I hear stuff like this, my first reaction is like, stop crybabying, stop pissing and moaning about what's going on. But when I see what's going on in D.C., I completely understand why they are pissed off. The fact is if you do these things that you're talking about doing, filibuster is just the first domino, and you go all the way down that road, you're looking to start some shit. And I'm sorry, but Texas isn't a place you want to start some shit at. Do I think there would be a chance of a war there? Yeah. Texas has the 16th largest economy in the world. The only state that has a larger economy than Texas in the United States is California. And California is starting to go down further and further. As many companies are leaving California and going to Texas. I mean, you got Elon Musk. You have Joe Rogan. He's naming the company, but that's a lot of revenue leaving California going to Texas. Yeah, and you have several other people are doing the same thing. Most of the rich people, the only rich people that live in California right now are some movie stars and a few reality show people. They'll be leaving too because they see what it's turning into. It's turning into shit. But then these people go into these conservative states where it's doing well, and they went there for a reason, and then they start voting the same way they did in California and turn it into shit. How much sense does that make? Why the hell would you want that to be just like California? You left California because of shit. And these Democrats keep on talking about AR-15s, an AR-556, whatever other kind of rifle that's similar to that. They keep talking about them. When most gun deaths in the United States are caused from handguns in the inner cities. 3,000 people die in Chicago last year from handguns, okay? And they're concerned about rifles. Don't get me wrong. Do I want to take away handguns? No. They're going after those kind of guns because those kind of guns can actually protect people from the government. That's the reason they're going after them. It's a control issue. That's all it is. And the fact is all this shit that DC's doing to divide people and everything else, it's only playing to China's hand. It's China that's pushing this, and it's also people like George Soros and the Koch brothers and these motherfuckers that are upper echelon and rich that are pushing this shit. Everything from the border to getting rid of guns to the war in Syria, so on and so forth. It's all linked together. It's Democrat Party. They're not Democrats. They're fascists. That's what they are. So are some of the Republicans. People like the Bushes and and Kasich and all those guys. What are they called? Mainstream Republicans? Or no, I'm sorry. Establishment Republican. Between them, establishment Democrats and establishment Republicans, there is no difference. They're fascist. They want to take away your gun. They want to take away your right to vote. You name it, they want to take it. Why do you think most of these people were so happy to close up businesses and such and so forth during this pandemic? They saw an opportunity to take control and they took it. Not allowing people to go to church, not allowing people to go out and eat, not allowing people to do anything. Hell, you couldn't even go visit your grandmother for freaking Thanksgiving. They try to make it illegal to do that. It wasn't just the Democrats, Republicans were doing it too. That is straight up fascism, clear and simple. Well, I'm done with my rant for today. Hope you enjoyed. If you didn't, I don't know what to tell you. Please come back, hit like, and subscribe. Helps the channel grow. Peace.